Alright, let's play some XCOM.
Even the devil's toys will be brought by degrees to wield his sword.
Buckminster Fuller. This is it. This is the cutscene. This is when we find out what it's all about. It's about sneakers, dude. It's about defending the lives of people like sneakers, dude. Kind of fucked up. Look at those fucking shoes. Those are incredible. Immaculate. They're like so clean too. At least he looks good. Days Supreme. Maybe they come in peace. They definitely could. They definitely could be here in peace. Wiggle confident.
Commander. In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the act. This initiative to oversee our first and last line of defense.
Hey, Jonah!
Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed.
Holy shit, this cutscene. Oh my god. I'm hyped!
Good luck, Commander.
My heart is pumping at 82 beats per minute, the highest it's been in the last 3 years. Starting to feel a little dizzy. Country item requests occur 40% faster. Fulfilled requests provide 40% additional defense, and intel scans cost 40% less. This is how we start. The reason we start this way is that rushing mechs requires research and engineers, and country item requests are the fastest way to get scientists and engineers to achieve that. What happened 3 years ago? I died to Guardian with Dead Branch corruption.
Broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
God, I have not played this game in a long time.
Strike one. This is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO.
I didn't know you could gate crash on this map. To be honest. I think I know what map this is. We're in the back right corner of it. So, Long War is a mod for XCOM Enemy Unknown, and then XCOM Enemy Within after the expansion pack was released for the game. And this map, usually you spawn over here behind... Oh, you spawn over here behind that wall. That's actually in play, this wall here. Wait, is it? No, it isn't. Is there another wall here, maybe? Where the fuck am I? You spawn over here, maybe? Maybe you spawn over here. Maybe I'm in the back left corner. The maps are not, like, procedurally generated. They're always the same. So understanding where you are on the map is kind of important for, knowing what to do. Because it's gonna tell you what all of the cover is like on the entire map, you know? And a Rusty, thanks for the Prime Brown Coat, thanks for the 3 months. Alright. Where is the spreadsheet? I don't know. Often my mods make a spreadsheet for me while I play XCOM. if they find that
Okay.
they're getting into it.
Okay.
How do I... Is it control Y? Nope. How do... There's some way to, like, overwatch all of them at the same time, but I don't know what it is. Shh. I did explore Arvius's Beyond Impossible once. The first UFO had 60 hit points of outsiders in it. And somehow I didn't die, but then I stopped playing. That was my experience with that.
I'm on it, Commander. I'm rolling.
I'm on the move. Moving to position.
Yes, Commander.
I can just press the Y button a lot of times. We're hearing sectoids, which is unsurprising. Because on the first mission, the only enemies you can have are sectoids and drones.
I'm on the move.
Can this map have meld on it?
I'm on the move.
There are a lot of things I don't remember.
Position confirmed.
It's gonna make it harder to win this campaign.
Double time.
I think the hardest thing about winning a Long War campaign is
I'm on the move.
playing Long War for 200 hours. But there are some other things which are pretty difficult too. I don't hear any melds, so I'm going to assume that there's no meld on the map. I'm probably going to end turn and immediately get a meld signal, huh? I don't think that door starts open. I think somebody opened that. Is that a door? I think I'm all turned around. I don't think that is a door. I think that's just a hole in the wall. Where the fuck am I? I've never felt lost on an XCOM map. Well, I have, but not for a very long time. Maybe if there was a short Long War, there is actually. There's a mode called Dynamic War,
Copy that.
which you can use to change the length of the campaign.
Position confirmed. Got it.
I don't really want to round this corner like this, honestly. It doesn't look very good. Oh, this is where you spawn. Oh, it's the covert op map. Oh, I know where I am now. Okay, cool. Does this map have cover on it? Kind of. In here, there's heavy cover. Here, there are rows of cover. What if I split my force? It feels like an expert technique. I'm not sure I'm ready for those yet. Well, they don't have cover either, really. They have that.
Alien life on Earth.
Yeah.
We're witnessing
That's
something
unsurprising.
never before seen
Alright,
in recorded history.
back here. This is called Breaking Loss.
Okay.
Loss stands for line of sight. By doing this, the enemies kind of freak out. They don't understand what's going on. And hopefully, they'll do something silly. You know, honestly, I don't even think that was silly. I think I just got very lucky on an Overwatch shot. Okay, yeah, this is silly. There, yeah, okay.
Will do.
That's immensely silly. So we want one kill on everybody here. This, I think, will run away, yeah? I think that's how the AI works.
Okay.
How's it going, McFruit?
Affirmative, Commander. I'm on it.
I'm rolling.
A game without cards. What is this genre called? The soldiers are essentially cards. Yo. I have shot 4 times and 4 aliens are dead. This game is easy.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
We're green to go. Ready to rock.
100% accuracy mod, yeah. Apparently. I still need a kill on Lucas Masson and Le Maidang.
Moving. Going for a single.
On the move. Moving.
On it.
On the top.
Aye, aye.
What's making that noise?
I wonder if that's in here. I think it's around back.
Solid copy.
Moving out.
Generally speaking, in XCOM type games, you like being at close range with the enemy because you have a bunch of abilities which very reliably kill things which are close to you, and you get to move first. So if they're like right around this corner here, I'm pretty happy to just come bursting around the corner. You can also fight in other ways though, like we saw the breaking loss strategy already. That was a way to take out a pod at long range. Thanks to some lucky aim rolls though. Oh, that's weird. That's not where I thought they were. They're patrolling. Oh.
Got it covered. Getting it done.
No mal canisters on the map means no time pressure to complete this mission, so we can go slow.
Headed there now. Op stops.
Cards are just playing pieces, right?
Will do.
Will do.
Games have always had playing pieces. Cards have certain attributes as playing pieces.
Here they come.
Oh, they are a long way away. Shit. Wait a second. Wait, it is the map that I thought it was at the start. Jesus fuck. Alright.
That location.
I'm on the move. Heading out.
That's affirmative. Heading there now.
What's the circle? It shows the line of sight range of the enemy. Alright, there's one right there. In Long War, even if you're trying not to look into the fog to get advantages, the game tells you information anyway. Like, you sort of just can't cheat, even if you try not to cheat.
Roger. Tracking.
Well, I know that the other pod is oh.
We're shifting their attack.
Oh, that was a pretty bad pull. Okay, we got ourselves a little bit of a situation now. Fortunately, these pulled next to each other.
Roger. Tracking.
We will not be breaking loss this turn. Doesn't look like.
Fastball special.
Alright, Lucas. So we'll definitely get Lucas the kill I was looking for.
Commander, you may want to instruct your men to exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at killing aliens, they also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from
Unfortunately,
Sabotis.
I don't really have a good way to kill the other one. move here, but it feels like it's just death.
I'm on it, Commander.
So I think we're rolling. I think we are rolling. Oh, 39%? Oh.
Bye-bye.
God, this game's easy.
Solid copy.
I'm still in, like, a little bit of trouble, but from heavy cover we can pin them down. The soldier doesn't really have anything to do. They got a 15% against me and decided to mind merge for suppression, which is a thing I'm okay with. We have 4 sectoids active. We can see all 4 of them.
Moving.
That hurt, but it was never going to hit for 6, so, you know, I would have preferred they missed. But the big thing is just not having a soldier die here, and we didn't have a soldier die. Yet. I have immediately noticed that I don't have another grenade. Okay. Who else needs a kill? Oh shit, it was you that needed a kill too. Alright, so it's not a perfect mission.
Suck on this.
Good.
Getting it done.
I think that grenade's not 100% to kill all of them, but I also have this grenade. So this is a situation where I have the mission pretty much locked down, and I can try to take some shots. If I kill enemies without using grenades, I get more resources. So the hope is... Oh, time to start missing. It's fair. Actually, I guess I want to shoot that one. It's a 52% chance instead of an 82%, but it kills 2 of them. Wait, it doesn't kill this one. It has 3 health. Does it kill that one? I think it does 4. Let's find out. No, it only deals 2. Alright, too bad. Just make sure this is never dealing 0. And take this shot. Assault Carbine has slightly higher accuracy than an assault rifle. Boom. How's it going? 1, 2, 2.
Good work out there.
What was my final verdict of Arcana of Paradise? Yeah, it was a fun game that I was sponsored to play.
We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
Whoa. 0 deaths on Gatecrasher. Could have been worse.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
So I think still 46 months. Why XCOM 1 versus XCOM 2? Because I wanted to play XCOM 1.
I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed
Nice,
on the
mighty
current situation.
Sasquatch.
My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
He's so young. His entire life ahead of him.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Support Scout Sniper. Tactical. Weapons Scout Sniper. I didn't look at their accuracy and stuff.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and
7
the research team
sectoid
is
corpses,
waiting
7
orders.
weapon
We'll get
fragments
started
in the
as
mill.
soon as you give the order, Commander.
You're fluent.
Hello, Commander. My name is Dr. Valen. I oversee the research labs. This is where all of XCOM's research and development take. Already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
Very well, Dr. Valen. Generally, in Long War 1. You want to start researching xenobiology. And the reason for that is simply that it unlocks council requests for sectoid corpses. And countries will give you scientists for sectoid corpses. And the rate of return on this is extremely quick. So by the time you hit the end of month 2, you already end up being at equilibrium with where you'd be if you hadn't researched xenobiology, sort of idea. It happens quite fast. So you just kind of have to do
Commander,
that.
I realize our troops have to put their own survival first, but
Commander.
It's Shen!
I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering.
Thank you.
Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here.
Yo, that's sweet.
Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Love that. Love that for us. Okay, so in engineering, that's the wrong button.
Still got some room to grow up here.
Ooh,
But
steam
if we really
here.
want to expand our facilities, we're going to have to start excavating beneath the base.
Those are interesting Steam locations.
The deeper we go, the more it's going to cost.
Steam is, Steam lets you get power going
Commander to mission control.
a
Commander
lot
to
better.
mission control.
Let's start excavating here. Just kind of assume that that's going to be worth it at some point. I don't think you really want to start building anything at the start, if I remember right. We want a satellite uplink, but we don't need to build it yet. We need to start it by January 6th. But in the meanwhile, we could do something else with our money. March 6th, rather, because it's March right now, yeah. I believe you start in March. Build 69 sawn-off shotguns, because they're free.
Commander to mission control. Commander to mission control.
And we build at least one motion tracker. We possibly want to... And I like to start a Shiv, but realistically, you don't get to finish the Shiv in March that often. So, that's the vibe there. Let's take a little survey of the barracks. Our beginning soldiers, couple of 69 aim. This one's a scout sniper at 69 aim, although starting with 3 HP is a problem. Actually, despite having 5 less aim, I feel like for a starting soldier, having 5 HP is kind of a big deal. So 1 base defense. Stats in XCOM are health, mobility, will, which affects psychic, attacks, and defense, and panic. Your soldiers will panic if they start taking damage or seeing their friends taking damage and stuff like that. Aim and defense. Defense is just if something has a 70% chance to hit you, but you have -4 defense, instead it has a 74% chance to hit you. It's just a flat change on chance to get hit. And the AI will prioritize shots that are easy to take. And there aren't actually that many modifiers on... I wish the voice would stop telling me to go to mission control. I guess I could go there. Anyway, there aren't actually that many modifiers on chance to hit in this game. And so often, if you have a 5 base defense soldier and a 0 base defense soldier in a combat situation, the one with 0 base defense is going to get shot, and the one with 5 base defense isn't going to get shot. Which means that while defense doesn't necessarily make your team take less damage overall, it does change which soldiers take damage quite a lot. So generally you want your carry important soldiers to have good base defense just because they won't be getting shot that way. So having 5 base defense here is semi-exciting for an early game soldier. This will probably become a gunner.
Commander to mission control. Commander to mission control.
This, if we could get Scout Sniper on this fellow, that's a lot of mid-game damage. Also 71 aim there. Typically I'm looking at the aim numbers. I tend to be very damage-based when I think about XCOM. I think about how am I going to kill things. And aim is one of the ways that we kill things.
You can choose to modify its current weapon loadout to best serve our needs.
We got Moose, Tiger, Bear, and Freebird. Leonard Freebird. Anyway. Jorbs, please go to mission control.
So we should plan our deployments carefully.
I have no satellites available.
Additional uplink required.
I have no bonuses.
Several members of the council have
Nothing much to do with the gray market.
acquiring some of the artifacts we've recovered. However, we should be careful in choosing
No
what
pending
items we
requests.
release.
Alright,
The research team made
mission control. Here we are. Can I leave now? I could have just clicked there and left immediately at any moment. That's all we have to do to get started. We have everything basically going. Now I'm going to say that I roll until March 5th, but that's because I've been playing too much Birth Data. And if we reach March 5th without a mission yet, we will have to start building our satellite uplink, I think. But that is a mission on March 4th, which means if we get this shot down, which hopefully we do, we can maybe keep the Shiv building and stuff like that. You know, it's super difficult long war, but does the world seem particularly high panic? I didn't actually look at panic values. I should do that. That's actually pretty important. So I started in France. You can see where France is. It's the area that is where France is on the globe. It also has a nice green outline for you. You can also see where the hangar that houses my interceptors is for Europe. And you can note that they're quite a long way away from each other. Starting somewhere where your hangar is very close to your satellite is actually a really big deal in XCOM, because a lot of your economy is generated by shooting down UFOs and then going and raiding them. And if your satellite detects a UFO, but it's a long way away from your hangar, you're much less likely to actually manage to bring it down. You get to send one plane at a time, and in March and April, you really want to be able to send 2 planes total to shoot stuff down, sometimes even 3. If you have a country where your hangar's like right by your satellite, you're gonna be much more likely to succeed at that than if you start in a country like Australia, for example, or China. Like, those starts are extremely difficult to do because you just don't shoot down UFOs consistently in them, unfortunately. Which is sort of a hidden thing. There's nothing, when you're selecting your start, there's nothing that says like, hey, by the way, your interceptors just won't be very effective if you choose this option. It's a game mechanic that you have to learn slowly. Anyway, we go aggressive stance, which just gives both us and them, I think, 15% more chance to hit. Maybe it's 10%, but that's the general idea. And the idea is that we want this plane to shoot down the other thing, and we want it not to die. We want our plane not to die, and we want the UFO to crash land instead of being destroyed. That was not a great intercept. We got on its tail, but it took a long time to actually close. We probably get to shoot 3 times. We probably have to hit it twice. Oh, that is not bad at all. That is, in fact, above average. To bring it down with light damage on 1 interceptor, that is probably somewhere in the, like, 90th, 85th percentile of results.
Central, this is Voodoo 3-7. We have a confirmed kill on bogey 001. I repeat, the UFO is down. I'll copy, over.
Solid copy, Voodoo 3-7. Nice work. Central out. All right, people. Retask Recon Satellite Bravo and get me a visual on that crash site.
She's coming into range now, sir.
On screen. Magnify.
Magnify.
Still in one piece.
Holy shit.
I recommend we get a strike team to the crash site immediately.
XCOM RecSat A2. So, here we are. We have a crash site. We don't have to do it for 35 hours. So one thing we could think about is these soldiers. If I waited 20 hours, I could send Amelia Phillips to it without having to worry about sending fatigued soldier. 20 hours would put me on the morning of March 5th. March is a month with 31 days. That should work. I just need to launch satellites by the end of the month because council funding and rewards are decided by if you have a satellite over that country at the start of the month. So on March 31st, I want to get as many satellites as I can launched. Satellites themselves take, I believe, 21 days to build, and the satellite uplink, I believe, takes 25. I might have that round the wrong way, actually. It might actually be that satellites take 25 to build.
Commander.
Yeah, okay. So I have to build a satellite after this.
We should build additional uplinks as soon as possible.
And then the satellite uplink takes 21 days to build. So I have to build the satellite uplink on the like 9th of March. Sometimes the game gets a little buggy and you lose time spent building, like while planes are flying around on the globe. Sometimes the game forgets to spend time building stuff. So you want to make sure you give it like an extra 12 hours or something to actually complete. I'm not exactly sure where it all gets lost. But yeah, I think I can scan for 20 hours. I don't have to, yeah, I don't have to worry about my hangar, it's fine. These new requests right now will be for satellites. Holy shit, I got one from Germany? No, that never happens. I actually got a satellite request from the country I want to put a satellite over. It has a 28-day time limit, which works perfectly. That, like, never happens. It's very unlikely. Looking at Panic. I might fight them in the US. US and Canada. Because my, the way that you start in France is you get 3 satellites total from your first satellite uplink, but it takes 4 to get the entire European continent bonus. So there's not actually that much reason to go for the entire European continent bonus. So the way that you play the France start, at least in my opinion, is you put another satellite over Germany because it gives you lots of money and is right by the hangar, so it's easy to shoot stuff down over it. And then you just go for the United States, because the United States also gives you tons of money and is right by the hangar in North America. You run 2 hangars, which actually isn't bad at all. It's kind of better to run 2 hangars than 1 hangar. The problem with running 1 hangar is you can only put 6 planes in it, and so if you get all of the UFOs for the month over Europe, you have to like cycle planes out constantly, which has significant transfer time and can reduce how long your planes are spending repairing because they're transferring instead. Whereas if you have Europe and North America running, instead of having like 6 in Europe and then maybe 2 or 3 in reserve somewhere else waiting to be cycled in, you just get to have like 4 in Europe and 4 in North America, and half of the UFOs go to Europe, half to go to North America, and it just like works better. So that is our ideal goal, is to have a satellite over Germany and the US at the end of the month. Realistically, it's really hard to build 2 satellites and a satellite uplink in March. You just don't get that much economy very often. So it probably won't happen, but that's the idea. And then the aliens like to go after the places that have high panic. So the aliens will have some inclination to go for Canada, which is the highest panic on the globe right now. That happens to be right next to the United States. So if we're going to the United States, we might get into some fights earlier than usual. That's the general vibe. Alright, why am I even here? Oh, because I was showing you that Germany had a council request for a satellite, which was excellent. I remember now. Can I get anybody else? 7 hours for Bas de Bruin. I say let's do it, and then we'll have 2 soldiers for this mission. But the motion tracker isn't complete yet. Another 13 hours, which is unfortunately too late. So we won't have a motion tracker for it. That's too bad. The motion tracker is very powerful, really. This is a settlement map. We have a heavy. Thanks for the gifted sub, Albion. I appreciate it.
The heavy weapons specialist provides a crucial service to the squad. With the rocket launcher in tow, There are demolitions experts.
So I play without Commander's Choice, which means I don't have that much flexibility in how soldiers are assigned classes. There are 4 main categories they can be in, and each category has 2 subcategories. So every time I roll a heavy, I can choose between a gunner and a rocketeer. Generally speaking, gunners are tremendously powerful early game in Long War, and honestly pretty powerful late game too. I'm going to want one of them on pretty much every mission, so we'll start by taking a gunner. I need to change that hat. I'm sorry, that's not working for me. How do I get rid of your hat? I don't deserve like a soldier helmet yet though. That works for me, that's fine. I'm sorry, it was just, no. No, that was ludicrous. So, let me see who's subbed recently, and we'll name some soldiers. JAL Beats, you can be my gunner. And then we're also bringing a Bas de Bruin from the Netherlands. So I probably pronounced that wrong. Is it about spelling? This is a scout / sniper.
Without sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close combat situations.
Snipers are incredibly powerful late game carries in this game. They're very, very strong. But scouts come online a lot faster than them. So, okay, fine. $15 will buy you. We'll buy you a scout. That's fine. Thank you, Lirinette, for the $15 donation. So I generally am promoting scouts early, and I may try to level up a sniper or 2. One thing that's really nice about snipers is when they reach corporal, they get disabling shot, which, if it hits an enemy, will unload the enemy's gun. And that is tremendously powerful against, like, the cyber enemies that you start running into in late May, June type of time period. At a time when you don't have many other good answers to those enemies. So getting a couple of snipers up toward there for the harder missions at that time of the game is pretty important. And then those snipers will hopefully survive to Master Sergeant and be late game carries. But right now, that's like still a semi-distant concern. And I'm a little bit more excited to take a scout. Unfortunately, I didn't get health on that level up. Scouts don't get much health, and early game, I'd really like my scouts to be using shotguns. One of the reasons I want a scout over a sniper is that scouts can equip shotguns, and snipers cannot. But yeah, sending a soldier with no health into battle with a shotgun is, I will bring out medkit on my gunner. I think it's probably bad, right? I'll do it anyway. You can go alien trophy and it's okay. What's your mobility? Well, so these little dots here actually show you where the soldiers will deploy on the mission. Let's put our scout in front. And then let's pick some soldiers who I'd like to get going. So for all the reasons I was talking about earlier with base defense, making soldiers less likely to get shot at, I want to start with soldiers who have like serviceable other stats and good base defense. It's also good to get your 3 base HP soldiers leveled now, because at the moment enemies don't shoot for enough to one-shot them, whereas later they're going to be a couple of months before I have any armor for them where they're just like very one-shottable by enemies on missions. And the difference between 3 and 4 is actually a big deal for that, so let's try to get that done. This is a settlement map, which means high explosive grenades are okay. Probably want at least one AP grenade. Scout gunner. I have one flashbang on my scout. Okay. It's a lot of grenades. I don't think I want a smoke grenade. Not yet. Actually I will bring a smoke grenade. Thought about it for a second longer, and it's nice to be able to combo the smoke grenade with the gunner sometimes. Let's do it! Oh, sorry. Leonette. I'm not gonna name rookies, we'll just name soldiers after they have leveled up. I don't want to, like, name a rookie and then boom, you're dead, you know? Make sure that you got at least one mission in. Alright.
Prepare for deployment, Strike One.
Begin assault. Oh, this map. For some reason I didn't think of this one when I was thinking about the settlements. It's been a while.
Densely populated area within the city limits. Let's just hope everyone on the ground stayed clear.
Operation Flying God. Let's see which spawn point I got here, because spawn point can make a huge difference on this map. Okay, we got kind of the most normal one.
Loud and clear, Big Sky. We'll monitor those readings from here. Strike One is authorized to assault the alien craft.
So, assuming that you start here, this is a very linear map. You clear out this building up here. It's a very wide building, but it's only one room of depth, and then you're in an alleyway. And then this is like lots of close quarters, blind corners. Once you get to the other side of the alleyway, you're looking at the underside of a freeway overpass, and it's very open. There are pillars supporting the freeway, which you can use as heavy cover, but for the most part, it's a downhill fight to the UFO, which will be over here somewhere. And there isn't as much cover. It makes it a lot harder to close with enemies, to get in close combat range with them.
Okay.
There will be meld on this map, so I'm willing to play a little bit risky. Take some early turn dashes to try to... How meld works is if you can get to the meld container on the map and open it before it expires, you get a bunch of meld, which is very valuable. Right now, I'd probably just be selling it for cash, but like it's very useful cash at this point in the campaign. If you don't get there fast enough, though, the can will close. So I just got a ping that there's one this way. I don't know if that means on the roof up here, maybe, or like down here. This goes off map pretty quickly, so we know that that's not very far away. I also heard some drones. I'm gonna pop this door. Okay. I'll move here. Land, please. No land. So I found the meld, and I found it very quickly. I will have at least 2 turns on that before it expires. This is the meld canister right here. There are also 3 drones. Drones are kind of like very difficult to kill with rookies with assault rifles, which is mostly what I have. So, how do I want to deal with this? Also, my team is kind of a long way away, which doesn't help. This is one of the reasons that I have AP grenades. I don't want to move further forward, because if I pull another pod down here with a second move there, like I start having soldiers die, that would not be good. So I think I will pull the Scott back through this door. We've broken loss with the drones. Bring our gunner to here. We can pop out to this tile. Oh, actually I don't have movement. I can pop to this tile next turn and then suppress that direction with the gunner.
I'm on it, Commander.
And it looks like I have some grenades ready to go for next turn to kill them.
Roger that. Moving to Overwatch.
Glor, thanks for the prime.
Roger. I got my eyes on.
But if you played a quick game of pool instead, sounds like a good time. Drones just won't shoot at you if you're over 50% of their effective range away from them. So at this range, they'll spend a lot of time like not doing anything. That is how meld sounds when it is 2 turns away from expiring. Alright, and we got a little bit lucky. The AI tends to freak out when it can't see you, and that's what happened here. These drones have landed, which reduces the innate defense they get from flying. So I should just be able to kill all of them right now. Danny, thanks for the prime. I didn't actually want the AP grenades to kill that outright, but I guess it's fine. I want to kill them with weapons, because that way I get to recover more resources from them. Drones are actually worth quite a lot. The drone wreck is $2, and then it also has an alien alloy and an Illyrium in it. Each of those are 3. So that's an $8 drone. The melt canister is worth 20 right now, so it gives you some context on how valuable these different things are in terms of economy. Alright, my scout's gonna head over and pick up that melt canister next turn. I will take a reload on the gunner. I didn't want to shoot with the gunner because my gunner's ammunition is very important if I get into a fight that lasts multiple turns. Need to be able to continuously suppress. Do I have any resources for getting better at strategy games? I have a YouTube video that's called like How I Think About Strategy Games or something.
I'm on it, Commander.
That might be like the thing for me that would be useful.
Heading to that location.
I think I'm using pretty much just cosmetic mods. Mods that give me information or change my soldier's health bar color. Pretty sure I don't have anything that changes gameplay from just regular Lone War 1.0. It'd be very cool to have that video in my YouTube channel. It is. That's where it is. Red HP designates that a soldier has already finished moving that turn. Yellow HP is ablative armor, so I can take damage to the yellow HP without the soldier actually being wounded. That represents like the armor that the soldier's wearing getting shot.
Position confirmed.
So I just heard that there's more meld down here. That may not be a thing I can get. The dangerous thing about these early game UFO missions is the outsider, which is inside the UFO and remains stationary. Lore-wise, the outsider is like in some way connected to the powering of the UFO. Kind of like a living power source almost. I don't really, probably not. But anyway, that's like how I think about it, I guess. And so as you get closer and closer to the UFO, which is right here, you have to start being very, very careful on these.
On my way.
Bad outsider pull can lead to multiple soldier deaths potentially.
Roger that.
It also might not. It also might be okay, but it's opening yourself up to a lot of risk.
Moving out. Getting it done.
Ironic that the outsider stays inside.
Got it covered.
Slightly ironic. I'm gonna switch to pistol Overwatch with this scout here.
You hear that?
So we just got an audio ping, and my soldier said, "Shh, do you hear that?" And you might have noticed that there wasn't any noise. That's because the outsiders don't make any noise. So that was the audio ping to the outsider. It's over here somewhere, which means I'm going to make a bad decision and try to get this meld.
Roger that. Heading in.
But I'm not gonna, like, double move into Fog of War for it. There are also still 2 pods worth of aliens on this map, so we could have aliens patrol into us at any time. I'm in a very vulnerable position here. Yeah, I'm in. That's basically the end of believing that I might be able to get the meld. We're gonna probably run backwards now. I killed 2 of them on Overwatch, though. Huh. What if I ran backwards toward the meld? What if I ran forwards backwards? I gotta ping this way. That wall is intact. So I don't think if I move to this tile, it could be a ping that way and in vision range of this tile. Although, is that this thing's vision range? That's pretty lengthy. So if something was standing there, I think it actually would have vision of this tile. Fuck. Alright. Maybe we don't go for it then. Hitting enemies with Overwatch in the early game. I have hit a lot of Overwatch shots. Oh shit. Yeah, that might be gettable. That seems plausible. Getting another 20 bucks worth of resources from a mission that you just weren't going to get at this point in the campaign is a pretty big deal.
Okay.
Resources tend to snowball in a game like this. Actually gonna move back to the heavy cover with me. So we're moving backwards and we're overwatching. That was at 28%. Am I hacking? Okay, also, the power source is intact. Good grief. A lot of good things are happening in this mission. I just realized that I'm wearing my headphones backwards. I was like, why does the meld sound like it's on my left side? It's because I'm wearing my headphones backwards. So I'm going to have to make another move forward. I need to be 1 tile closer. That's kind of scary. Gaining vision of tiles, which were previously Fog of War, is dangerous in this game because it is how you make enemies wake up. Also, I brought the slowest soldiers that the world has ever seen to this mission, apparently. Alright, Leonet's gonna step 1 tile for the meld. Whew! That's kind of like mining straight down in Minecraft, what I just did. But I figured it was worth the risk.
Okay.
Are there really 3 pods? Yeah.
What's making
There should be.
noise?
Unless there aren't, in which case there aren't. God, this is a very, very, very high roll so far, this campaign. Alright, that's all the meld that I'm getting, so I don't have to worry about moving quickly anymore. Just hang out by the cover we have. The outsider doesn't move, so I don't have to worry about the outsider patrolling into me.
It's killing time.
There should be one enemy active. It probably went to hang out with the other pod, which is probably, like, over there, because that's the only place left for it to be. Which means that what I might have to do is just kind of wait for a while. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Another ping to the outsider. Well, it didn't go and hang out with the other pod. Let it get a shot at me. Ugh. That might be an XCOM 2 thing, that it goes and hangs out with another pod. Anyway. Also, maybe there just isn't another pod? I don't know. I thought there was. But I might just be misremembering. We'll find out soon.
No way that just happened.
Long War 2 does, or sorry, Long War 1 does have some missions that are kind of timed. But it's a bit of a softer timer. Actually, there's one type of mission that is an extremely hard timer, now that I think about it some more. Like if you don't finish before the timer goes off, a bomb explodes and everyone dies. All of your soldiers and also everyone in the entire country, pretty much. So I don't hate the idea of putting experience on my scout here. I don't think it's really doable though. I think we just take shots until it dies. I don't really want to walk toward it. It's just opening up Fog of War that I don't feel inclined to open up right now. Eventually someone will hit it. Imagine if that pulled a pod, oh my god. He gets otter.
Got him covered.
Maybe I get the hit with the pistol? When I said it was important to have lots of ammo on the gunner, I was envisioning an extended firefight somewhat more epic than that one. Got there eventually though. What was its chance to hit me when it took the shot at my gunner? I don't know if it was 0. Alright, map feels like it's clear actually, so maybe there are only 2 pods. It was 6%? It's higher than you want it to be. Important for gunners to be suppressing from heavy cover.
What the hell was that?
What the hell was that?
That's affirmative. Moving.
That looks like the primary power source for the alien craft. I could only hazard a guess as to the amount of power.
I wonder what the chances that you got one of those. It's not high.
I'd watch your fire down there. That equipment could be highly unstable.
Is there a reason I play XCOM 1 instead of XCOM 2? I want to play XCOM 1.
On my way.
That's a very common question. I just think it's such a weird question. Why do you play this specific game from 2012 instead of this other specific game from 2016? Like, hey wifey, how are you?
To withstand an impact like that, at such a velocity, the materials used in that vessel's hull must be at least an order of magnitude.
Oh, you're not here? Fair enough. An interesting question to people who haven't played either and are thinking about playing one. Fair enough. 2 is greater than 1, not related to XCOM. You're not. Alright. This should be pretty easy. Actually, do I just kill it this turn? I could go for the kill this turn, but it's scary. I think going for the kill next turn is just a bit safer. And we're gonna suppress that. We're going to flashbang it. And we're gonna drop a smoke grenade. Not messing around with that thing. It still has a 1% chance to hit. That like actually is a 1% chance to hit. It's not a rounding error. It's 1 time out of 100 there. Yeah, they can't go down to 0% chance to hit, so. I really want to stack experience on my scout. I gotta get a soldier to corporal pretty quickly, and this is the soldier I would like to do it with. Amelia.
An exemplary performance. Let's hope all of these operations go as smoothly as this one did.
So on a UFO mission, the entire squad gets experience for seeing the command pod, which is what the outsider was. So I didn't need to get kills on all of my rookies for them to promote. That's just a super, super clean mission. 4-day fatigues as well, which is a pretty low roll. We got an alien computer as well. This is ludicrous. When you pick up the UFO power source, it's not only getting a UFO power source, it also has a ton of Illyrium in it. That's like the alien fuel. So we're very rich. I feel like I have an incredibly good start here, and I would like to not
the artifact we're about to sell to the council hasn't been examined by the research team.
Mess it up.
I'm sure Dr. Volland would be disappointed if we put financial gains ahead of our own research and development.
Do I need drone wrecks? I need floater corpses and sectoid corpses, I think. I think I can sell drone wrecks though. I would like another... I want to keep the Shiv and go double satellite, which is like the greediest thing that the world has ever seen. I would like another 38 money. Alright,
Nothing to report at the moment.
let's start with this. I need flight computers in order to research alien navigation, I think is what it's called, which is a requirement to getting toward mechs. Weapon fragments, we'll get a lot of... I could probably sell 12 more weapon fragments. I believe I need exactly 4 Illyrium to do alien materials. 4 Illyrium, 4 alloys, and some weapon fragments, I think is what that is. I could go look, but I'll just click this. We'll get more of this stuff. It's not like we're never gonna see it again. Oh, the satellite uplink is the one that only takes 21 days. We want 2 satellites.
Commander, our current satellite uplink facilities are at full capacity. We should build additional uplinks as soon as possible to allow for new satellite deployments.
The currency in this game is just called money. It's called credits, but I'm just gonna call it money. I don't think I have enough time for another mission, but I can keep playing until we get to launching the next mission, which is usually how I like to do with XCOM. Get up to a point where I can start the next session with playing a mission, so I don't have to spend a bunch of time before the mission working out what's actually going on. And then I can work out what's going on after the mission, which is a perfect time to spend that energy because it will have changed because of us getting resources from the mission. Okay. I have another 5 days-ish. So I'd really like another mission. Intel reports heavy UFO over Mexico. Oh, what if they take Mexico? I don't think I've ever done a front start where the aliens started their base in North America. I don't know what I'd do. That would be interesting. They would go South America instead of North America or something. The other 3-country continent is Africa. Alright, we did get an abduction site on the 8th.
Commander, we've picked up
It is swarming.
for assistance. Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
It'll give me a solid 115 bucks if I complete it. Which leaves me 85 more to find somewhere. I can cancel the ship for 60. So if I complete this, I can get double satellite and satellite uplink built in time for the end of March, which is unusual. Definitely unusual.